What is up, bros? Josh here, and today's video is all about the Savage Battles, which came along with the 0.8.5 update in the Rogue Wave event. This is a cool post-apocalyptic event, which actually brought a new game mode, a new map, and even a cool set of cosmetics for your Tier 10 destroyers, and even a cool temporary port. Hopefully this lasts a little longer, because it has a cool kind of look of Water World and Mad Max-esque kind of grinded together. But on top of this, there's some pretty cool directives, which will actually allow you to unlock the Tier 5 Hill, the USN Destroyer, which if you look in once you get it finalized here, the Tier 5 USN Destroyer, which is actually quite nice. I feel like this is kind of a pattern for wargaming that we're going to see a lot of maybe mid-tier destroyers. We just got done with the Russian lines and the Russian events, which brought us the Murmansk if you didn't have it, as well as a premium captain. So this is kind of cool. And this one, though, you can have the potential of actually getting 2 free ships, the USS Hill, for just fitting up the directives. You can do these both in the Savage Battles, as you can see right here, enough in the Savage Battles. You can also do these outside of the Savage Battles, so if you're not interested in the game mode itself and still want to get the Destroyer, you aren't locked down to just one of them. They also unlock these fuel tokens and Rogue Wave containers, which are going to help you in the armory part of this entire event, which has the big end goal that everyone's kind of working for, and that is the Tier 9 USN Destroyer, the Benham. Now this requires 800 of these fuel tokens. This is extremely hard to get if you haven't done it every day. This is one of those things that's going to reward people for the grind, the daily grind, and getting in there and doing your daily rewards. This will end up costing me and multiple people a little bit extra money, but it is going to end up being technically a cheaper Tier 9 premium, so take that as you will. So imagine this being a coupon. Basically, the more you play, the cheaper the ship is going to end up being. But man, the ship is so good. I definitely do recommend. I will do an Is It Worth It video on the Benham. 100% the ship is insanely strong if you like USN destroyers. It's a great mix of kind of this IGN Torp destroyer as well as kind of the USN mid gunboat-ish style. So if you really like DDs, I definitely would recommend throughout this event playing as much as you can and getting it as cheap as possible and stacking up these fuel tokens if you can. I will be doing a separate video on this, so look forward to that. This ship is definitely worth getting. So with those directives and earning fuel tokens there, you can also earn them through a new set of combat missions, which there are plenty. I'm already on stage 2 of this, but it was pretty simple, earning some XP and then now earning some credits, and at the end you'll get some more fuel tokens. These are just something cool you can kind of do while playing. Now this is kind of grindy though, so I do recommend if you have some extra flags, especially earning credits, if you have some of those Zulu flags laying around, it is definitely a good way to do it. Also, it's a nice way of just earning some credits throughout playing this entire thing. Also, as you can see in the ships below, there are 3 different ships you will start out with, and they have a star system, and pretty much it just starts with a low XP. Once you're in 7,500, then 12,000, then you'll get the last one. So you play 1 star, you get a 2-star ship, play the 2-star, you get a 3-star ship. It's kind of a cool little system. I like that. We really haven't seen anything like that in the past. Also, there are some daily missions that you will be doing here. You can double dip in these if you want. If you're playing Ranked Sprint, you can do it there. If you're playing Savage Battles or Co-op, you can do it there. These have an increasing requirement of base XP, so obviously you will get some tokens there for those fuel tokens, and then that does the end game of the daily missions rewards, which will also give you some rewards and some more fuel tokens. So kind of a cool little setup here. This is the big one right here, so that's the one that's going to be very hard to get, completing 48, which is almost every day throughout the entire month. So extremely hard to get unless you're playing that every day. One of the cool parts about this event is the ability to play one of 3 different lines and get stronger and stronger versions of those ships as you start from a single star, go to a 2-star, and then go to a 3-star. But they have 3 distinct different playstyles. So if you are a destroyer player and you like playing torpedoes, they're going to have a playstyle or a ship line for you. You like playing gunboats, they have a ship line for you. So this is kind of a cool way to pick what you like and actually have some pretty cool success and get rewarded for playing those. As we see right here, we'll start with just the single stars, and pretty much the 2-stars and 3-stars are just bigger, better versions of them. But just the Messer, this line is going to be more of the torp boat line. So if you are a kind of an IGN playstyle, this is going to be something that you're going to really like. And it's going to be the low detection, as you can see, 4.5 kilometers. And yes, it's pretty stinking low, so things like radio location on the captains is a must, but you only have secondary armaments. So these are going to pop off and at a pretty slow reload, but you're going to have extremely fast torps as well. As you see, 130 knots, they're almost the space level, and a pretty fast reload. So if you like some torp boat action, you'll definitely like this line. One of the cool things is you'll get to is some smoke as well as hydro, assuming you could go and pick up the buffs. The middle line is going to be the Cardinal, which is, as you see, gets the reload consumable on Torps and a speed boost instead. This one is going to be a bit more of a hybrid. You're going to have the same kind of secondaries, but they reload faster. Torp is going to load a tad slower and not go as fast, so you're kind of just you lose a little bit here, and also a tad higher on the detection of 5.8 kilometers. So just a bit higher, so you have a very stealthy end in the middle. And my favorite line, it's actually the quote-unquote gunboat line. Now this one is unique, and this is why I think if you are solo queuing in this is the best line to grab, is it's the only one that has a main battery, which you are able to control. So as you see right here, you do have a main battery set. Just for the first star, it's 3x2 at a 10-second reload. When you level that up all the way to the Sea Scythe, you have a 4x2 still at 10 seconds, but these do a substantial amount of damage, and I like being able to control my damage in this game mode as much as I can. On top of that, though, you still get some Torps, 2 sets of 5, but they are the slowest by far, or actually they're 100k, but they are the shortest, and also your detection is going to be the highest at 7.2. So going from the gunboat line against one of the Torp lines, it can be quite scary, but I recommend a simple build on your captain, something like this. You are only allowed so many things to pick on this, so it's pretty kind of easy to pick, but I do like on every one I picked, priority target, adrenaline rush, last stand is not available, vigilance, because there's so many Torps going out, this is highly recommended. Maybe I shouldn't tell everyone, that's a little secret. Concealment as well as radiolocation. This is primo, again 7.2 kilometers. Something has 4.5 kilometer detection. You're not going to see them for a while, although you are faster. And then survivability expert, as well as just picking up jack of all trades at the end. Just a nice little bonus to your consumables right there. So here we are in game with the Sea Scythe. That is the more gunboat focus. As you see, I do have controllable guns, and as you see, I'm quite quick. Also, just a quick cool breakdown, and I want to get your guys' feedback on this game mode as well, is they are obviously testing a few different things. So we're seeing some aspect of game modes we've seen in the past, which is, as you see, the big circle, which is going to get smaller and smaller over time. Some call it kind of like the BR Ring of Death, if you will, making it kind of a BR game, lols, here come the memes. But I do actually like this. I think this could be cool and used in multiple game modes, and this is something that I really like when Wargaming makes these new game modes, because pretty much they're testing. With these events, they're testing to see how these work. This is now the second time we have seen a shrinking circle like this. We also saw it in one of the Halloween events. So this is something that could end up being in a permanent game mode, which I'm really excited for because it makes for high action gameplay, which really kind of, especially in high tiers, which these are based off tier 10 ships, is kind of lacking. The game tends to get a little bit slower the higher you go. Also, we see another game feature that we haven't seen in a while, or we've seen in another game mode, which is the arms race bonus with the actual circles. As you saw, I went and picked up a reload consumable. So there are 2 sets of zones. As you see, the plus, which is going to be a heal, and then you see the question marks, which are a random for getting a buff. It seems like the secondary ones are mostly from the random. Apparently you can get some heals from that as well. I've never seen a heal getting picked up for that, so usually, as you see, we have heals and the reload consumable. It's mostly the secondary buff that you get that from those, so either a smoke or a sonar, or for me, the reload consumable. So that is what you tend to get from those secondary ones. But as you see, this is a game mode that I really like. It's very goofy, it's optional, and it's something that you don't need to have a high tier ship to play. So also, it is a tad rough solo queuing this, so the more friends you have, the merrier. Just being able to kind of coordinate some cross shots is definitely good. Now, one of the best parts about this is winning really doesn't mean anything. A lot of things that are based in this game are all based around base XP. So winning doesn't really mean anything, and a couple people and some players have definitely kind of taken the need to win a tad too much and actually slowed down this. And actually, as you can see right here, look how much smaller the circle is already. So I really like this. It makes the games go quick, and it makes the games go fast, which actually kind of works in your favor, because if you didn't know, you start with 19-point captains, as you saw the captain build, and this is something you can actually grind a lot of elite commander XP. Now, this is something that I brought up with the space battles. You were able to grind a ton of elite commander XP, but those games were a tad faster. This isn't quite as lucrative. Also, the base XP you get in this game mode is a tad lower, so maybe Wargaming kind of learned that maybe we're giving away too much right there. Still, though, if you don't have a 19-point captain, and quickly how Elite Commander XP works is you level up your captain higher and higher level, then once you get to level 19, all of the XP you earned goes into a bank, and then all of that XP is able to be used on any captain. Since you're given 19-point captains, this is a fantastic way, if you don't have one, to earn Elite Commander XP and turn that from XP earned in this to then into a 19-point captain outside of this game mode. So it's kind of a cool little system that you can use and abuse if you want, and definitely would recommend it, because throwing some extra flags on there and getting it as much as you can. While it's here, it's a fun game mode. You can play it for an hour or two a night, get some few games in. I think the majority of the games last between 8 and 10 minutes, so relatively quick compared to random battles, although the XP on average won't be as much. You will definitely be able to do it, especially if you don't have a 19-point captain. But I like this game mode a lot, and as you can see, there's a lot of red ships, and this is the first time we've ever seen multiple teams, more than two, in a certain game mode. So this is something that World Gaming is also testing, and I like this because it adds a certain amount of mayhem in a game that tends to be relatively slow and methodical. So I like this kind of fast action madness. There are times where you and your teammates are going against 2 or 3 divs. As you see, there are 4 sets of 3, so 12 players in this game mode, and the only friendly ships you have there is your 2 div mates or your 2 party mates. So I do really like that, and as you see, I'm going to bump right into it, and the map is actually quite cool. Graphically, I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool theme. I don't know where the theme came from. I was wondering to see if maybe they were going to do a Mad Max partnership or something, but just kind of came with the post-apocalyptic theme, so that's pretty cool to me, I guess. Yeah, overall, I think it looks really cool. But yeah, the only friendlies you have here is your couple div mates, and I'm gonna take a couple torps here. One of the things though is the heals you get in this are absolutely nutty, and now I'm finally by myself. But the kill feeds in this game can be so goofy because everything happens so quick, and there are times that you will get surrounded and it's just awesome. You don't really get that feeling in random battles, clan battles, ranked battles. You don't get that goofy madness in this game. So I like this is kind of a breath of fresh air. Also, the buffs will continue to pop up. As you see, just on the minimap, there is a solid white and then kind of a grayed out white. The solid white ones are already available, and the grayed out white are ones that are coming in. So also, if you go outside the ring, you will take a dot damage. It's a damage over time effect. Also, you will be slowed down. So really, what a lot of people end up doing is they go outside just a tad too much and really kind of don't realize how much damage is out there. Now, it is heal. You can heal through it. As you see, I have one more heal. It is doable, but it is going to be definitely punishing. As you see with radiolocation right here, there is someone that's outside. Lots of people die outside. It's always fun to see people kind of commit suicide in a way in this game. Outside of the ring of fire, a lot of people just run out there once the game's kind of over. But it is pretty intense late game when everyone's kind of within this small little area, and when there's multiple divs. Usually what ends up happening is a couple divs will play relatively slow, and some will play kind of mayhem, and that's what we were doing. Is we were just kind of playing full aggro. We would just go and hunt down other teams, coordinate some strikes, and just have a lot of fun. And that's been kind of the best part. Some people will play slow and kind of wait till the end, and we just hit W key and really had a lot of fun. I find this to be quite fun, although some of the missions are quite grindy. I'm excited to see what they do with this kind of testing phase right here. There's a lot of potential for some really cool game modes. I think that's something that the game itself is kind of missing, and I'd love to have the options of playing these game modes and have something that's just kind of fun. Again, though, I do highly recommend bringing as many of your friends as possible, because this can be quite tough. And here you're going to see the little bit of damage as you're in danger. You're actually a little slow. You're not quite as fast, and I think you're even a little less agile. I think it acts as if your steering gears is knocked out. But as you see, the damage is actually, it adds up pretty quick. But still, I'm interested in what you guys think about this game mode. I think it's fun. Now, it's not something I'm going to be playing for 8 hours a day, but it is definitely fun to just blow off some steam and have a little fun with some diff mates and earn some Elite Commander XP. Again, if you don't have a 19-point captain, this is primo for you. This is a way you can earn a ton of XP without a 19-point captain and actually get your own. And here we have a nice little Mexican standoff. This is something that happened a lot in this, and this is why I like the gunboat so much, is you're able to control your damage and just do a ton of damage and keep knocking that out. He has secondaries he has to wait for. I can keep shooting, and I'm waiting for to do that. I actually thought I was going to die right here, but we ended up not getting it. He's actually on fire too. Fire is actually quite strong in this. You can't put on camos on this, but you can put on economic flags. So if you have a bunch of those saved up, some Zulus, some whatever, you can throw on those. And I do recommend it if you don't really have a high level captain. Also, again, you do get some bonuses for winning XP wise, but I think in almost every game that we ended up losing, because we were so aggressive and went out and were doing damage, we ended up getting more XP than the teams that won. So really, I would focus, if I were you, I would focus on doing damage more than trying to win, because in the end, it's going to be quite worth it. And here we're going to get a nice little joust, and this is just kind of the cool, fun part about this game of just this game mode of just the madness. I mean, how cool is this? You can't really ask for a better, more fun game mode. But a nice little game, 4 kills, a whole bunch of main battery hits, and the credit potential isn't anything that's going to blow you out of the water. It seems like they definitely toned down the earnings a little bit from the space battles, but still overall fun and a way to just kind of get some free stuff as you're playing. So a nice little game right there, some decent XP. Now I think I'm only running Zulu flags at that point and nothing else, so there's no other economic boost, so you can definitely bump that up a ton if you have some other flags as well. The Sea Scythe right there, 4 kills at the top, 1800 base XP. So as you can see on the losing side, the base XP is actually quite low compared to a lot of other stuff, so it's definitely not as good as playing random battles for the majority. As you see, 1800, everyone else is 1100 or lower. You could definitely get a bit higher, but these games tend to go pretty quick, and you can definitely get some bonuses, as you see right there. What is that, 8 minutes or so, 9 minutes on a game? I would say between 8 and 10 minutes. Some of them go even faster than that, depends on who's playing, and you could really just go out there and have a lot of fun. And there we go, some credits. We made 75k. So if you don't have a premium ship and you want to earn some credits while just playing, you definitely can do it in this. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Savage mode. Are you guys enjoying it? Do you guys like the layout of this? And do you guys like the multi-team setup? But anyways, guys, I want to keep you guys up to date with the new Savage mode. If you haven't played it, I definitely check it out. And definitely go out there and have some fun and let me know how you are enjoying it. But anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.